going on, guys? Patrick from B Squared. Today we are going to be working on our Aim MXL2 Dash. We want to install this into the BRZ. It's really nice to have some data from the track, and to have it displayed here on the dash would be great. To have it saved automatically every time we enter the track would be great. We're just going to install this, and also it looks pretty gangster. So we're going to go through an unboxing video for the MXL2. This is a brand new unit, and we're also going to go over the process of adapting the cables that come with this kit to the OBD port that's on our BRZ. Typically, some people like to splice the wires that are in the car. I don't want to do that because I don't want to affect the OEM reliability of the vehicle. I want to have something that comes on exterior to the car. Very similar to how the Aim Solos work, where you just plug in an OBD port. I've actually purchased an OBD connector that just has some loose wires in it. We should be able to adapt some of these wires and pin them properly so that it matches up with what the car is expecting to read from an OBD port, as well as what the Aim is expecting to receive from the vehicle. So let's open up this Aim MXL2 real quick and show you guys what's inside. Wow, look at that. Cool looking dash. Of course, this still has the screen protector on here. I'm gonna pull it out. Wow, look at that thing. It's got these connectors here. It should have some really rigid connections, so it's hard to pull out the data that's being received and the power and whatnot. So this looks really cool. We're gonna put this behind the steering wheel. We've got a CD. CD's nuts.
Got it!
We've got a CD here from Aim, and yeah, of course, this is like old technology. They're still using CDs. No laptop comes with the CD reader anymore, but this is an older Aim product. Of course, you can download their RS3 software directly from the website. And then we have our series of connectors here. So this is the USB cable. It's just a micro USB. Most Aim products still use that USB port. This is the, I guess this would be the male end connector here, which has all of our open connections, I believe. Here we are. These are what I'm going to be repinning to our Amazon connector that I showed you earlier, the OBD port. But these other connectors here are for the included GPS. This goes into the back of the device, and the device also has its own accelerometers. Obviously, we are connecting the device to our OBD system, and it's going to be getting a lot of accelerometer signals, so that's like lateral G, longitudinal G from the vehicle, because the car uses those signals for functions such as traction control and stability control. So let's get into the process of fixing the two harnesses together and how we've decided to match them up with the correct pins on the BRZ. For our purposes, the main connections that we're going to be using from the vehicle's OBD are CAN high, CAN low, ground, and power. They are actually very conveniently labeled here on the Aim harness. And if we go to our diagram here, this is the diagram of a FRS. So we see here CAN high is pin 16 on the OBD connector, CAN low is pin 14, and then we have our battery here, the 16th pin, and our ground, which I believe is pin 5. That matches up to this connection here, so it's just a matter of connecting the right pins from this connector to the ones on the Aim device. So all we're going to be doing is using these butt splice connectors here. They have a sheet inside that's made of metal, and they are going to provide continuity between our Aim harness and OBD cable just by using a crimp tool such as this. Alright, y'all, I have made all of my connections, the CAN high, CAN low, ground, and power from our OBD connector to our Aim harness here, and it is connected at the rear here with this really satisfying joint here. This connector is freaking awesome. And then as for our mount, I got a piece of sheet metal and some like tin snips, and I basically cut out the dimension, like the rough square dimension of what I wanted the mounting to be. And as for mounting it on the car, there is a hood that covers both of the top and bottom of the steering column. Just removed that via, turning the steering wheel in either direction, taking out the 2 Phillips screws, and then I'm using those holes, those mounting holes, for mounting my Aim. So I basically drilled into the sheet metal, folded it, created a couple of bends such that it's like stable and not bouncing around, and then I zip tied the mount to the steering column, and then I also cut out the recess at the back for the Aim cables to plug in, drilled the 4 holes for the Aim's mounting points, and then I simply just installed the Aim that way.
The cables are just tucked in back here. Here's that little trim panel that I used to just drill with like a hole saw, and then I threaded in the USB port. So yeah, it looks pretty clean. Looks cool on the footage, definitely. Literally just like plug this thing in, and then it like turns on the device, and then there we go. Data's up on the screen, and then automatically gets my lap times as I cross like the GPS point that defines the start-finish line of any racetrack.
Thank you guys for watching the install here of our Aim MXL2. We will further get into the overall supercharged BRZ build and how it's performed at several tracks. By this video, I've already driven at Calibogue Motorsports Park, Canadian Tire Motorsports Park DDT, and Canadian Tire Motorsports Park Grand Prix track. So we've taken the supercharged build to a lot of tracks, and it's been great fun. Subscribe to our channel to watch our future videos on the supercharger build. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys at the track.